Look. They're all hiding like the enemy, man. And there's a homeless guy walking. And they're standing at the door fucking to hide it. Hi. Can I ask you a question? From here? Are you gonna pretend I don't exist? Can I come to the door? Are they gonna hide from me? Hello. Are they gonna walk away? What? Hi. Yo. Could I ask you something real quick? Did they still lock it? Hello? I'm right here. I'm not the enemy. I didn't do anything to you guys. This is kind of weird. I don't know. Hello? Hi. I'll just wait. I don't know. They locked the door on me. They're just sitting in there. Let's try again. Hello? I'm not a monster. I'm trying to talk to the priest. Hi. They're pretending not to look at me. So I came here earlier and I went in just to say hi and I got assaulted. And then he said he's going to throw me in the lake. It's funny because I look like Jesus. And they're doing all this. Fuck it. Hello? There's like 20 people in there and they locked me out. I got assaulted, bro. One of the kids attacked me today. And they said they're gonna come back and hurt me. Just for sitting in a car. And I'm trying to talk to the administrator here. They gave me the wrong phone number for the boss that gave me permission to be here. So I have to wait on a state trooper now because I got assaulted. I should watch that hit movie, Jurassic Park. I don't know, should I just keep knocking? I'm just trying to talk to the administrator. I'm not the enemy. They made up some bullshit about the stranger. I think it's literally in the Bible that when the poor foreigner comes to your church, how you treat them. It's like one of those God events, you know? It's like in the Bible that this happens literally. And it's in the Bible how to handle it, and they're doing the complete opposite. You're testing the doors for weakness systematically. I'm thinking about trying to knock more. I don't understand what they're doing. I've never seen this type of behavior from people before. It seems like kindergartner stuff. Like this is what kindergartners would do if they didn't have any social challenges in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like when their dad pays for all these cars. I heard that everyone that lives here is inbred and they're extremely wealthy. Crow right to left. And this is the type of behavior I'd expect from very wealthy inbred people that have been here for generations. Is that they just lock you out and they're hiding and pretending you're not real. And I've done nothing to them. I went around and cleaned up all their trash. I had permission from the people that own this church to be here. I've done nothing to them at all. It's like a schizophrenic collective delusion that I'm somehow a monster. And all I've been is friendly and helpful. So I'm just, I got assaulted. So I can't do anything now. I have to wait. I'm assuming she's gonna lie. And the cops don't care. Perhaps you are scaring them. They're scaring me. My car's torn up. Somebody keyed my car. You guys are scary. I spent today cleaning up trash from other people. Even I worked with the highway department, which is that guy right there. Speaking of cleaning up trash, that guy helped me get rid of the trash bags from all the trash from these trails that I cleaned up. So I had to call the town clerk, which is just right over there. What did I do to them? I came in and said, hey, I found out my license was suspended from a headlight ticket 4 years ago, and it doesn't open until Friday. And that's when I can pay the ticket to get out. But I came here just because it's 24-hour gym, 24-hour overnight parking, and I'd never been here before, and I liked how it looked. It was beautiful here. So I figured I might as well hang out for a little bit, see if I like the gym, find a place to park, and work. I volunteered my help at the churches, and that church all the way across the lake flat out lied to the police. I'm assuming these guys are about to lie to the police. And it's like they're very friendly, but as soon as I turn around and walk away, they start scheming, and then I think everything's fine, and then I come back and they've usually failed. Like they all fail. God doesn't let them hurt me. But they try. Like they were 10 deep yesterday, and there was a guy throwing a temper tantrum in the parking lot. He wouldn't look me in the eyes. He wouldn't talk to me. I went up just to introduce myself and say like, hello, I'm Casey. And he wouldn't look me in the eyes. He just kept pointing his finger and sort of ordering nothing around. And then today they locked me out. Maybe I wanted to sew, Maybe I wanted to learn how to sew. So I'm like, that's really weird. Maybe the parish is open, or what's the room where you can talk to God? Maybe that's open in this church. But from what they told me, this is a bunch of inbred Nazis that live here. They told me this is an inbred Nazi town. And that this is a cult. And that these are inbred Nazis. And I looked and they all have blue eyes. They're all blonde with blue eyes. There's a town called Swastika, like 40 miles away. So I'm tried to call the town clerk, and they won't answer the phone. I told the cops what happened, If they had said that about me, like they lied to the cops yesterday, and the cops showed up immediately, I tell them I was assaulted and threatened, and they're going to come back. And look, there's nobody here. First you said it's a gym, now it's a church. Are you retarded? Sorry. You'd fit in well here. So I'm just waiting on the cops. I'm guaranteed they'll show up if I stand here long enough. I smiled and waved. Hi. It's so weird. Look at him. Hello? Hello? Nice people. Is it the hair? Or the dream catcher? You crazy fool? They told me I'm welcome here anytime. And then as soon as I leave, they lied to the cops. And the birds are coming. My bird friends are here. Why are they so afraid of me? I cleaned up all their trash and offered to help them. I haven't said anything that would make them think I'm bad. I haven't done anything to make them think I'm bad. It's something about my existence that they've made up that's made them upset. And they were willing to lie to the police to try to have them arrest me. And I'm just trying to talk to the person that gave me permission to be here. But they're hiding the number from me, so I can't continue to stay in contact with the person who manages this property. The person who manages this property gave me permission to be here. It's a church that's leaving the poor man out in the rain because they're prejudiced. They've made up something about it. What do they owe you? It's a fucking church. This is the place. Nothing is my fault? Well, can you tell me what is my fault? Get on with your life, bro. I can't leave this parking lot until Friday. And I've done nothing to these people. I don't understand what they're doing. So I'm just waiting for the rain to end now. And I'm waiting for the cops to show up. Because they're supposed to be here. Here they are. You're not very sharp, are you? I'm a lot smarter than you guys. I think you guys need to spend more time outside. Let's see if I know him. Here's this guy again. Hands out of pockets. Smiles. I'm the guy. All right. Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's going on?
I found out when I got here my license was suspended in the entirety of New York. So the ticket was from 4 years ago. So on Friday, I'm able to pay it. I called the rectory, the people who own this place and manage all the churches. And they said, that's fine. You can be here as long as you need. As a thank you, I went and cleaned up the trash everywhere. Like I spent today before it rained cleaning up trash in the whole town. I have a gym membership. Everything is fine on my end. I haven't done anything to anybody. I'm not violent. I don't do drugs or commit crimes.
Yep.
I don't know what the idea of the guy in his car with the long hair. Maybe it's the dream catcher and the buck, like native symbolism. I don't know what's up, but my car's keyed to crap.
Who? Yeah, who was it?
I don't know, but there's handprints on my windows. My car is keyed up. It was after I left. These guys have been here all day. They saw it. It could be them. When I got here, I checked the door. It was locked, and I was like, well, that's private, but maybe they have the thing open where I can talk to God. And maybe I'm waiting for the priest. Because yesterday they said the pastor will be here, and I can talk to him. So I thought he was here. So that's what I was waiting for.
So your car is keyed?
Yeah, I can show you all of it. And
radio is now back online. You can utilize.
okay, and basically I went to check around everything. When I got back, there were people coming in. So I was like, this is a good opportunity to just say, hey, I don't understand why you're making me out to be the enemy. I'm just here to give you an update on my situation and say hi. I've only been friendly to them. It's a church,
Yeah,
you know?
So did you see this guy? Whoever the guy is?
Oh, the guy, I don't think he's the one that he might have been. I don't think so.
Who's the guy? Like, what did he do?
There's a woman in here, and I think it's her husband and kid that drive a blue Subaru.
Okay.
I think it's a blue Forester. It's just like, it looks like a hatchback, but it's shorter. So I think only Subarus are made like that. So it's probably a Forester.
Like that? I think that's pretty sure.
No, it's smaller. It's smaller. Like,
So what did he do?
well, the door was open. They didn't flat out say, you're not welcome here. The door was open. I'm like, I'm just going to go in and talk to the person in charge so I can say, hey, you gave me the wrong number. I talked on the phone with the rectory. They said, yeah, I have permission to be here. Then I came back and asked, after the firemen, I went to Stewart's, came back, and there were 10 people here with 3 cops yesterday.
Yeah.
And they tried their best to have, I don't know, small towns do all sorts of stuff. So whatever they tried to do didn't work. The cops said no. They didn't get me in trouble for anything, so I didn't do anything.
Well, you have court in North Hudson or something? Is that a thing?
When I found out my license was suspended on the 2nd.
How's it going?
See you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Are they really mad at me for some reason? This is the weirdest thing I've seen in my whole life.
I don't know, man.
But basically, yeah, I did get pulled over for a dirty plate. And they told me my license was suspended in Clinton County. So I didn't go to Clinton County. And then when I get here, they tell me...
Where do you live in Vermont?
I live in the car. I have an agreement with the owner. I tried to go around Vermont because of the new 20-hour work requirement. In Vermont, there's a new flood of people trying to get jobs, and most businesses are just saying flat out no. So I came here. I was going to work at McDonald's.
There's no McDonald's here.
There's 20 miles from here, but this has the 24-hour gym. So I was here to better my life. 24-hour overnight parking, 24-hour gym. It's a beautiful place with trails. I was like, oh, let's volunteer at the churches for a little bit, help them with the projects, work out at the gym, gain muscle, get, progress my...
You have a family?
No, I'm DCF. I was. But yeah, I just wanted to travel, save up money, and then, I don't know, my life it's actually, this is the only bad part, is that small town prejudice, and you're not welcome in communities, and they will lie to the police and do anything that they can just to get you to leave, and it's the idea of you, it's not you. And they don't come up and say hi, they don't care, it's just like, get out of my eyesight.
So, what,
Yeah.
so did they ran your license yesterday and said it was suspended? Or no?
A few days ago.
They told you it's suspended? Can't see it. I'm gonna check it again.
The ticket?
No, your license. Like your driver's
I don't have it on me.
license. What, is it in your car?
It's buried somewhere in the car at this point because I've been like trying to organize it. I know my license number off the top of my head though.
Is it Vermont?
Yeah.
Let me check your license and make sure they have that right. Because if that was, what was the ticket for?
I think it was going 6 over the speed limit and a headlight out, and then it bounced back to my bio mom, and I thought that she had paid it, and then it turns out it didn't get paid or didn't get paid the right way.
Do you talk to your bio mom?
Not often. She's got severe CPTSD, and that in isolation in Section 8, everything is a huge deal. So if you talk to her, she's kind of runs in loops. She had a horrible childhood, man. She was taken in a boarding school and really abused and had to escape.
So what do you do for money, funds?
What I do for money, the tithe from a church that I helped out at, and then I helped them get a landscaping company, and now he drives a truck. No, in West Virginia. I've been traveling since I was 14, so I've been around. And they said that they're not happy with their church, but when they send me on their tithe, they get blessed heavily. They named their landscaping company after me, Kingdom Cuts, like KC. And I don't really just say that I like to talk to them just about life, and they support it, and they know that I'm doing something. Like, these interactions are so unheard of, where 30 people congregate just because the guy is sitting in his car, and they're like trying to get him and all this like cartoonish stuff. It's really cool, and it's terrible, but it happens every town I go to, and I usually leave it better.
The town?
But that's why I'm like, if you see the town, yeah. Like, I just built a shed in South Hero for homeless people, and I got them started on converting their parking lot into a nonprofit for homeless people. And then I'm trying to build these wagons that the roof folds in, the walls fold in, it folds to the side, wheels go in, carry it like a suitcase, and folds out and carry it like a rickshaw. You get paid for the trash bags that you bring back to the homeless shelter, so no more trash. They're now cleaning your trash to get paid. And then once they get that, they could say church van to the road crew. Hello, Crow. Church van to the road crew. Get them some work like homesteading or farms, and the church van takes them for transportation. And then half the money goes into a savings account. Once they get a car, a year of insurance and gas, and they're able to get on the road and manage it without it being a crime, then we give them DoorDash, Instacart, Walmart, Spark, all of it, so that they can now hustle for their money, take care of themselves, and they have a long period of time that it's paid for. So if they want to leave and take off, they can. So I'm working on that, but I thought it would be better here, because Vermont's like, they'll show up and shoot at you.
Shoot at you?
Yeah. Like when I lived in the woods in Randolph, I was in a park and ride, slashed the tires, keyed everything, gun to my head while I'm asleep, and that's going around Facebook groups, lying to false police reports. Hitting it. One time they slammed me with the side mirror. One time they twisted the brakes off my bike, and Randolph is like, imagine that size hill coming down. And then Randolph's in the valley, but you can go all the way up. I was all the way up. They twisted the brakes off my bike and I crashed, going like 45. And then the high school let me stay out back, but even the freshmen took a log and chucked it off the side. You think it's like so much, but it's like when you're in this position, everybody sees it as something they can get away with. But there is a lot of value in it, and I think that not all homeless people are drugged up pieces of shit. I think a lot of people. I got into this because I couldn't function from PTSD and the brain injury, and then I was like, I kind of don't like how I feel in the box in Section 8, so I worked out and I went through it. I know this is just how I am. From what you've heard from this conversation, do you think that I'm a violent piece of crap?
Oh, nothing to stop you, huh? I
That-
don't know. I'm trying to help you out. I just want,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So what?
So basically, they open the door. I'm gonna go talk to the person. As soon as I'm walking through the door, that kid grabs my back, rips me out, and says he's gonna throw me in the lake and come back tonight.
Who's the kid?
I-
What do you look like?
One of these people who's in here, her son, he has blue eyes, he's tall. I do have a second of him on the phone. And they told me go to the fucking loony bin. And I was like, is that where you're headed? They think I'm crazy. Yeah. So, and I think they're crazy.
Where's your dad?
He used to be a ski instructor. He had CEO Wells Fargo and DuPont family as his clients. He was able to live in their chalet. One time, cop pulls us over for not using the blinker to turn onto our property. He pulls the gun, reaches into the car. It's like within 10 seconds, and my dad did use his blinker. My dad floors it in reverse because the cop's pulling his gun out to kill my dad. 6 cops, lights go on. 6 cops are there waiting for us, and they gave him a brain injury, put him in jail, and afterwards he can't work, can't really function well, on and off drinking. I don't know. I know he drives around in his RV, and he bottles things up, and he has trouble organizing his stuff, but he's still a great person. He's just trauma. Like he'll call me and repeat what they made him say, because it was in the rain. They held both of us when I was 9 and made me watch. So I can't really hang around. That's why I was in DCF. I couldn't be around my parents.
What's your name? Caleb?
Casey O'Brien.
Casey O'Brien's your last name?
It's my fault.
Yeah, look at, so I'm here. I just met you. You don't seem like you're harmed anybody, but I don't know what's going on with whatever all those guys are saying too.
The people that own the property said I had permission to be here. I'm trying to check in with them, and they're not letting me. They're trying to make it as bad for me as possible. They've also, if you'd like to come see the damage to the car.
Yeah, I can look at that.
Okay.
You want to press charges?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I think that they should. Yeah, I think that they've been getting away with this stuff for a while.
Completely up to you, but if you do, you're gonna have to show up to court. You have to come back here.
For the pulling me out of the door.
Honestly, we'll see what the damage is here.
So I check every day. We've got this. It's going to be hard to see, but there's that there. You should be able to see the handprint. No, because of the rain. But there was a handprint right here. It seems like it's going to be... Oh, come on. Because of the rain. There's a couple up here. It just seems like they walked by with either a nail or something or the key. And then I've got... That's definitely the most visible, so that's fine for me for now. But afterwards I can show you.
Where is it?
No, on the other side. This was from Randolph, they kicked it. And then this is the main one, right here. Which I've seen a lot of videos of like people keying Teslas and posting on TikTok. They go right for this. So I'm assuming the person was young.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll give you a straight answer. Hopefully they'll tell you that the kid pulled me out and threatened me.
Let's see if there's any cameras.
Yeah. It'd be my word against theirs, and I'm sure that they're in there kind of working together about it. I'd like to leave, but I can't until Friday.
Because of the ticket?
I'm suspended.
Where are you going? To North Hudson?
Once the ticket's unsuspended, I don't have to come here except to use the gym. So I could just go back to Tupper or Saranac or Indian or other places.
Let me check out your license.
Okay.
You don't have to sit out there, right? You can hang out.
I'll hang out up there. I know you guys are like, you're fucking nuts, you piece of shit. If you don't overshare, they fill in the blanks with whatever the judgment they come up with. So I just overshare and I let myself be the crazy guy. And then I just keep going. No, but there's a huge scratch. And there was, before the rain, a bunch of handprints on my window. And there was a bunch of little tiny ones. And I don't know when that happened. There was a small one there. There wasn't a big one like that. There's no cameras. And the gas station already said I can't work there. Yeah, this cop is really cool. I really appreciate this guy. The crow's back on the dead tree. Where are my friends? They're to the right. I can feel them. Watch, you'll hear them. They're over here. Oh no, they flew to him this time. But I knew where it was. I knew where the crow was. In the ether. And he's yelling at me, man. You saw that? I don't know if it's yelling directly at me, but he was the crow looked at me and then turned directly towards me, looking down. Yeah, he's like looking right at me. That's pretty funny. I don't know, I'm not schizo. I talk to natives and they say, yeah, we feel exactly the same way you do. We just also live in society, so we don't do it as much anymore. And we mostly go through what you're going through right now as kids, so that when we're adults, we have a good balance. But every time like a lot of people have told me stories about when they had friends that were native that walk through the woods and the native runs ahead and tells the crows, no, stop it. And the crows stop and leave them alone. And then the native comes back to get the friends because we feel like the crows harvest us. And I'm not saying I'm native, like actually tribal affiliated or whatever. I'm saying I lived in the woods and I happen to be like it's in my blood. And I have the ancestor moments that I talk to them. I'm like, do you guys have these moments? And they're like, yeah, we have these moments. And you have those moments. So you're going to have to deal with it, you know? But I'm not the enemy. I befriended the crows. The property owner said it was fine that he stay. I don't know if that's changed. Who knows what they told the people who own the church. But I had talked to them yesterday and said everything was fine. So I came in to check in and say that when I'm going to be gone because the number they gave me didn't work. And I can't drive there to go talk to him. So I left the town a message. I left the church a message. The gas station said that they're very wealthy. They're like Sigourney Weaver, Bruce Willis live here. I asked him if it was Eat Baby Rich, and she went, yeah, it's Eat Baby Rich. Hollywood is here. They do it here. And she said, as long as you go to she said there's a specific place that all the contractors that do the work for the rich here, they sort of congregate at this bar, so if you go in and you're nice, they may give you an opportunity, which is like a cool little quest that I was thinking about doing. And I don't know. Deuteronomy 15 says when the poor man from a foreign nation or a foreign land comes in, you open with an open-handed heart, and you help him be your equal before you send him off better than you found him. And it's just weird how there's only 2 churches here, and both churches lied to the police. And then you find out it's like a multi-generational Nazi, inbred, very wealthy place, and everyone here has blue eyes and blonde hair. Can you imagine going into church and talking about God and they think that there's something wrong with you? Is this like a money laundering scheme? They don't believe in God at this church? It's St. Henry's, and St. Henry was a German king. He was a Satanist. He's the patron saint of rulers. So he ruled rulers, which is a sneak diss on Jesus, the King of Kings. This is a Satanist church. Which is why that other church sent me to this church. Because it'd be easier to hurt me here, I think. Because the whole point was, I start a beehive. Churches don't appreciate disruptors. I'm not trying to be. I asked them if they need any help. I'm here. And that it's just unfortunate, but it's also kind of cool. Like, there's a herd of deer that come through every day that walk through this church and go up there. And I'm like, I'm so glad I had that experience where the deer came up to me. And like, look how beautiful it is here. I'm really glad that I got to see this place. And I got to walk through the trails. I went and picked up all the trash. And there's a 24-hour gym, so maybe I'll come back once I can get the car fixed. What town? You were hating, Spurko. I saw you hating. Hello? Would you like me to hold the door for you?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
All right.
No.
Well,
Are you coming out? No, thank you. Okay, thanks.
I'm not the enemy. I'm very friendly.
I guess I'm not.
I did tell that woman's son to go fuck your cousin after he ripped me out of the church and said he's going to throw me in the lake. And I said, try it. Try it. Put your hands on me. And he's like, you wouldn't like that. I'm like, yeah. No, he didn't say that. He said, I said, put your hands on me. And then he paused and he looked kind of shaky. And I said, because you know you'd lose. And he's like, well, I'm not sure about that. I'm like, well, then try it. And then he went to, and then I said, go fuck your cousin. He's like, what? And I was like, go fuck your cousin, bro. Come on. This is a church. Leave me alone. It's a church. And then as he walked away, I said, God sent me here. You know that? And he's like, oh, yeah? And I said, doesn't he control everything? So, of course, he orchestrated this. You know? Yeah.
You don't have a New York State license.
No. So I don't have that document number, so I can't go on my New York or my DMV. I tried the CID, but you still need the document number.
Okay. Yeah, so like with this, all you have to do is pay those tickets, but you have a valid Vermont license.
Yeah. And I have an agreement with the owner. I'm paying it off.
What?
The car.
Somebody else owns the car?
minister or priest here,
Okay.
and it's the ladies are just using it for a group,
Right.
for like a sewing group.
Okay.
And when they leave today, everything is locked and closed, so nobody's accessing the building.
I wanted to talk to the person that I spoke to yesterday because the number for the rectory that gave me permission, when I call them, it's not in service. So I wanted to get the right extension number when I call Alphonse's to talk to the person.
There can't be a person that gave you permission because nobody's here.
The rectory that owns this property. The person that manages all of the churches I talked to yesterday and said it's fine that I'm here.
Oh, I see.
So I just wanted to give her an update that on Friday I can pay the ticket and leave. Would you mind, I'm not trying to get him in trouble, but would you mind just telling him that your son probably ripped me out of the church and threatened to hurt me?
My son didn't threaten to hurt you.
He said he's going to throw me in the lake. And
You were trying to come in.
I thought I was welcome.
Well,
But he still grabbed me and pulled me out.
you were trying to come in. So it was, he was dropping off.
He
a
still
line.
assaulted me. He assaulted me.
He didn't assault you. He was.
But he grabbed me, right?
You're not supposed to be touching our people, just leave it
I didn't touch
alone.
anybody. He touched me. That's the
But
problem.
you were trying to come in.
Yes, and it was polite, and I was offering my service.
No, your service for what? This is a.
For help, and I said that I cleaned up all your trash, and I was letting you know that on Friday.
You cleaned up your trash.
No, I didn't. I went around the park,
That's
But-
your
but
problem.
that's-
That's not
and I
our
went around
problem.
your church and cleaned up the trash.
You do not belong to this church.
Yeah,
We
we're-
have nothing to do with this
This is
church.
Why do you see me as the enemy?
No.
Yeah,
it's
guys,
not.
are you guys coming in or out?
They're leaving.
I'm not sitting here watching everybody argue. This is not doing it for me. All right, you guys staying in there?
You saw how she obviously admitted guilt there?
Yeah. This is So you have a valid Vermont license. I wouldn't even. I don't mind if you drive. If you want to go. So where would you go?
Well, I wanted to come back to do the laundromat, and I have a gym here, but that can wait till Friday. Or I would go somewhere else and do this. It's kind of just,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, seeing. I don't know what's going on with all that or all these people or whatever.
Yeah,
I just want you to, I'd
Yeah.
like for you to get back on your feet, but
yeah.
obviously right here, this isn't the best spot to do it. That's my observation right now. And I mean, calling the owner or whatever, I don't know what the church's policies are.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but if I were to get in the car and head out, would you mind just a little note that says the situation in your trooper name and just say that?
Yeah, because you don't have a New York license, so it says you're suspended. Yes, you're suspended, but you don't have a New York license. So I'm kind of curious about that. I'll give somebody a call about that and see.
Okay.
Yeah, but if that's the case, yeah, I'll give you.
You can see this, and it's been worse before. So I'm just very careful and trying to, people say you need to stop oversharing. If I don't overshare, people fill in the blanks, and then they say stuff. So that's why it's kind of like this. I just want to make sure everything's cool before I do something and then get ripped out of the car and the car's towed.
No, I
You know?
I get it. Let me give somebody a call.
Okay.
And, we'll go from there. But yeah, obviously this isn't working out. Hopefully you find a spot where
Yeah.
friends, family,
Yeah, my forever home.
yeah.
Thank you, man. All right. It's all right. W Police. Great cop. Thank you. Yeah. It's very nice. They said, the kid and his dad both said, hey, they got a loony bin up in Tupper Lake if you want to go. And I said, is that where you guys are headed? And you notice the one who yelled at me the loudest was the one that was pretending to be the friendliest yesterday. And I told you that was bullshit because I know New England like the back of my hand at this point. And I could tell you that person was really, it was all about power games. The one that was screaming the loudest of that whole gaggle of loons was the one that was helpful yesterday. And I did. I had the highway department come pick up all the trash bags. My trash is still in the car. I went around and cleaned up all of their trash that they had left. I don't know why I said offer my services, but that's just what came out. Offer my services. I don't know what my services are exactly. Shoveling? There's nothing to shovel. But I said it. What I was trying to say is that it looks like they have some projects they need help with across these churches, that the people are old and they might need help with these projects. That's what I meant, is that I would love to offer to help fix their shed or whatever they got going on. And I was just trying to call the person who gave me permission to let them know I'd be out by Friday. And everybody's ignoring me. And they've locked me out of the building. And it's not me. I've done nothing to these people but sit in a car. And they've all like gone through all these mental gymnastics just to like vilify me to the point that I got assaulted today. My car is keyed. An old man threw 2 temper tantrums and acted like he was the big bad wolf yesterday, just for the cops to tell him, no, there's nothing you can do. Leave the guy alone. So I don't know. But I'll tell you that, I know this is going to sound crazy, but like 2021 or 2022, I got evicted because of, like, swear to God, I'm not a perpetual victim. It just happens. You can see that it happened today. I had a neighbor who did try to coerce my younger brother into his apartment, and I made it clear that that's not cool. And that if he does it again, there's going to be a big problem between us. I was younger back then, you know. So then he filed false police reports for about 4 months. The man, he was in Section 8. I was in there for a brain injury. He was in there for who knows. But when I was eventually evicted, even though the landlord knew what was happening, she still evicted me. The next day, the roof of her building got struck by lightning and burned down. The kid that got me kicked out of the youth shelter in 2023, the last time I saw him, he was covered in face tattoos, addicted to drugs, and he, at the bus station, he got butt naked at 24 years old, got butt-ass naked, and bit the chin of some random tourist passing by. He just ran up butt naked, put him in a headlock, and started gnawing at their chin. That's Shea Wilson in Brattleboro, S-H-A-E-A. You can look that up. The people that do this stuff to me, they go down in like really crazy, really cartoony ways. Because I am just a chill dude that's trying to make things better. I'm like the lost orphan boy just trying to find a forever home, man. I came here looking for it. This is just sad. I know it sucks. They slammed the door. Can you go back to your parents' house? I don't have parents, Ben. I was DCF. I was taken when I was 14. My dad lives in an RV somewhere with 2 cats traveling around homeless, and my mom lives in constant psychosis in Section 8 because of her PTSD and her isolation, addicted to the internet. She doesn't have schizophrenia, but she's definitely not handling her mental illness well, which is severe CPTSD from her childhood, mixed with years of isolation that have developed into some form of whatever she's doing to cope. But my mom's friend is an actual like vindictive narcissist that like obsesses about power and like kind of like these guys. Like I have a video on my channel of her lying to the cops too. And I wasn't raised like around these people. I was pretty much raised by myself alone. in the woods. So it's like I'm a foreigner, I guess. I don't really understand why people talk and act the way that they do. Because to me, I guess I had let all that go. Like I didn't have that type of stuff to deal with, so I was able to think freely and travel. Like I show you all the time, like I can make birds tweet with just my intentions because I just lived out in the woods long enough. I learned about electromagnetic spectrum and just stuff that was natural 100 years ago. The craziest thing about me is I just tell the truth about my experience, and it happens to line up with many, many other people who are not crazy. Like, you've seen the podcasters and everything. They're slowly waking up to the stuff that I talk about. And that's the craziest thing about me, is that I just think that there's more going on in life than we're aware of at the moment. And I try to try to get more understanding of that. But it lines up with the Bible, it lines up with native stuff, it lines up with Indian sidereal astrology, it lines up with Freemasonic numerology and their stuff. It lines pretty much what I've just kind of figured out living alone is what every single theosophy and theology in the world is also saying. So it's just, there are people that don't like to think about that stuff, and there are people that do. I'm just somebody that happens to not be able to not think about it because it happens to me so obviously. And that's the craziest thing about me. That's the most mentally ill thing about me, other than severe CPTSD. And I didn't share any of that with these people. I went in and said, if you need any help, it's just unfortunate that I'm here, but I'm a good guy. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm just kind of stranded for the next few days. And then 20 people showed up yesterday. They called the cops on me 3 times. The town clerk won't even answer my phone after I called them once and told them I cleaned up all their trash around town to make it easier for them so that they didn't have to do it. And then now they won't answer my calls. I didn't do anything here. I gave a lot of money to that gym for that membership. It was like $60 for a month membership, and I was going to go every day. Like, I'm texting the owner back and forth about if he wants help building a shower, because the gym doesn't have a shower. So I offered that I would learn how to do it for free if he'd let me build a shower for free in exchange for a lifetime membership. And seems kind of interested. It would mean I'd have to learn how to install a shower, which isn't actually that difficult, because I know how to put drywall back. I know how to replace drywall and measure it and everything. I just don't have the tools. So I'd be taking the drywall out, installing pipes to connect it to the water system. I'd have to figure out the water system and if it can handle the shower. There's an apartment adjacent, so I think that they have a natural system that would have gone, like, it was probably before that gym, it was a couple apartments. So they probably already have that space sectioned off for a shower. It probably just, he doesn't have it for his insurance, probably because there's not enough people here to pay that extra bit, so he's looking for profit. Like, it might be a lot extra to have shower on his insurance list in case people fall and stuff. But it's a converted restaurant, so it has the capacity for a lot of water to run through it, a lot of hot water to run through it, like the dishwashing pit that used to be there. So it doesn't seem that difficult. Need to learn tiling as well. It's just you the right tools, which I'm thinking is like a chisel and a rubber mallet to get the tiles off, and then you have to find what material exactly to glue the tile onto, because I'm assuming it's like a super glue thing, and then just making sure that you get the right tiles and put them in without any, and I mean, even if you do press it down too hard and there's like the paste that the tile's on, if it goes over, you can just take like an X-Acto knife or something, or even the chisel, and just like quickly run it through. I don't know if you have to use like a caulk gun with something in the middle, I don't know. It doesn't seem that hard. It just seems like no, because we would buy new pipes. It seems like it would just be expensive. I'm assuming he's not doing it just because he plans to do it in a few years. If he does it, I'm assuming it's also that during tourist season, the people that come through here that get that gym membership probably stay at B&Bs that have showers already but don't have gyms. So it's one of those situations because you can't live here without a home. So he's assuming that if you have a home here, you have a shower. So you just go home and use your shower. But I don't know. I had a lot of experiences with a lot of people here. So definitely made an impact. And I'm assuming that it's always for a good reason afterwards. That we exposed a lot of problems that the town has so that when God sends the next wave afterwards. Because I'm not going to be the first person to walk through here. Or the only person to walk through here. You know? Oh no, the door's open. Have a good day. No problem. It's called mortar to bind the tiles to the floor, and you need to have a slight grade angle towards the drain. You need to... That makes sense. Because when the water gets through, if it seeps in, it needs a place to go.
All right, we'll go.
Now the door is wide open. They just leave it. Come on. What is going on, man? That's so weird. I would have held the door too. Oh no. What if he walks in? What if he just walks in there? What if he's... Alright. What if he stands in the room? Oh my god. Here he comes. Alright. It's alright.
But yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, staying here isn't good for anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day. Thank you.
So you're good.
Alright, cool.
Yep.
Could I get a note? Just to show people?
I can give you my name
Okay.
and just, yeah.
I have a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just Because if it happens and it comes to the point they're gonna rip me off out of the car and stuff, I'll be like, can you please just call this guy?
Yeah, so you have a valid Vermont license.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation, is to
Yeah.
go that route. I got a post it.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
We're trying to leave.
We still have one
Alright.
more person in here.
All right, no worries.
We're friends. He's not the big bad wolf for you guys.
All right. Let me grab a post-it note and then. Yeah, hopefully you can find somewhere that's good.
Hopefully, you know.
Hoping for you.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted your number on the card. That's all I need. Or if you want to put, I gave Casey permission to travel. Oh. What if he stands inside? Slam it. All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
2 Browns, Indian Lake.
Yeah, so if you do have any troubles, just have them give me a call.
All right. No phone number.
Let me find my work phone number. Here, I'll give you my dispatch.
All right.
Are you gonna stay here for like 5 more minutes?
Yeah, I'll be here.
So you can lie.
Hey, he's staying here till Jim comes.
So you can lie and trespass me. I'm leaving. You don't have to trespass me. I'm leaving.
Well, it's not about trespassing. No, none of these ladies can stay here past the meeting time.
I had called the rectory and gotten permission because it's just
They
emergency
give you a
circumstance.
key?
I'm not trying to get into your church. I was just trying to talk to you. I think, right? I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
I was just trying to talk to you because I didn't know the extension to call the person I said yesterday to give the update that
Just do the main number.
They didn't-
You get a menu.
I left him a message. That's who I was looking for. I was just gonna update them on the situation.
Okay.
That's all it was. I wasn't trying to get in here and yell at you or anything.
Well, as I said, the secretary, they're done that. If you just
Okay.
call, they'll answer it something.
Do you mind, really quick? Do you mind just letting him know that that kid ripped me out of the doorway and said he was gonna hurt me?
That wasn't a thing.
It happened. Well,
Trying to give his mother that.
well, it's just between you and God. You know?
Let me.
I don't know.
I got.
You're not religious? You're not religious?
I have a very special relationship with God.
Well, I think you should have a conversation with him tonight
About what?
about what happened here today. Because obviously God tests you, right? And you should check out Deuteronomy 15.
Well, clearly you're judging me.
I'm not judging you at all.
Well, you
Alright.
are. You're telling
Alright.
me
No,
Hey.
I'm not judging you.
No more of this. No more.
Don't worry about judgment or social status or reputation. You know, it's between you and God. It's between you and God. I don't care. All right.
Yeah, man, like I said, get that.
Yeah.
Get there. Hopefully you find good stuff.
Yeah. I'll try to get a refund on the gym.
Yeah.
All right.
But other than that,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
All right.
You shoot that deer?
No, it's a rescue. I did out in the woods. I had sleep paralysis and there was something attacking me that was spiritual. In the woods, a fox ran up and pressed against the side of my leg. A bunch of animals came out. A deer went and then sent like some wave that blocked the frequency. And that thing got mad and showed